Well, it all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. NiP versus ENCE. That's the ninjas in pajamas versus the Finnish esports organization ENCE from Finland. Of course they're from Finland because they're Finnish, and obviously you know that already. And obviously that's why you tuned in. That's why you've been spamming the chat with hashtag EasyForENCE, even though it's not time for that yet. It will be soon, very enough. And also beside me, it will be that of Halvor and Jacob. Guys, we are about ready to kick this game off. We're about ready to get this game going in the right direction. But let's begin to talk a little bit about the ENCE side of things. Now, we've been harping a little bit on NiP. We've been talking about, oh, well, where's Lecro, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about ENCE. What's going on here? They've got Yampi and Jumpy, however you want to say it. He's in the lineup, and they look okay with him.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with ENCE right now is that we don't know what's going on, and I don't think they know it themselves either, to be completely honest. Playing with X7 was looking quite okay in Road to Rio. I think they've been playing some solid Counter-Strike with him as of lately. It seems to me like ENCE is slowly but surely getting better. And all of a sudden you make this roster change, you bring in Yampi, and he's also looking super, super good. Now, the first game they played against Navi, that was some stellar Counter-Strike. I think they played a super good game. They were being very proactive. They played with a lot of confidence, and they got the W. What we saw yesterday was just horrible, as you said in the pregame as well. Trace, it was an ENCE clan that didn't even get going against Vitality, that hasn't been consistently playing well in quite some time either. So looking at ENCE, I don't know where to put them. I don't know what to expect, and I guess that's the biggest problem. Then it's just a joker right now. We don't really know what they can, and we don't really know what consistencies come out on this lineup.
Halvor, yeah. I know that you've had to do some studying of ENCE. I know that within, at least the job description of what you do outside of what we're doing right now, you've had to study this lineup a little bit. So tell me, what have you learned?
I mean, one thing is they're a pretty rigid team, obviously, depending from map to map, but they have a pretty set game plan for what they want to do in each and every map, which is usually a good thing. Again, Jacob talks about how we need to see them finding consistency, and that's one way of kind of speeding up that process. But I think it's kind of a given that when you make a roster change, you're bound to have, very high highs and then potentially low lows. And that's really what we've seen at events so far in this group stage. So I think it's going to take a time before we get to see a consistent ENCE. I think the interview we had with Sergey yesterday also kind of pointed towards that sure, they know they can do well, but they're not necessarily being able to fully focus, or they're not hitting their shots, as he put it, on a consistent basis right now. So ENCE, as of right now, still in kind of a honeymoon stage that's not really panning out to be a happy marriage, but, time can still improve on that.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Halvor. There's still a chance. There's still an opportunity here for Dustin Henderson and the gang to get things together, to kind of run it back and figure out how it is that they want to approach the next set of Demogorgons. And by that, I mean, we're going to learn what ENCE has to say about themselves.
I think against NiP it's a little bit harder to prepare because they have the new IGL, and obviously we don't know that much how their new game style is. So it's gonna be a little bit harder for us, but I still think if we just prepare right for our own game, it's gonna be much better than focusing more on NiP's game. So I think we're just gonna do more preparation for our game and what we're gonna do against NiP. So I think that's gonna be better for us.
So he needs to come up big time for this one, but he doesn't. He's now all on Ariel, sneaking his way past, trying to find something. He finds the first, cannot get the second, not just yet at least. The bomb is planted by default, so the molly needs to hit precisely. Oh, the smoke saves him! No! Ariel still managed to clutch it out. That's so sick.
I think actually it's gonna be a 50-50 game against NiP because they have a new roster as well, and I think we have a lot similar individuals that they have. Double up setups are really good for us and for NiP. So for that kind of side, it's gonna be a tight game. Obviously they have a new roster, so it's gonna be pretty hard to do the preparation for them. But I think it's gonna be a tight game against NiP.
Yes, and on the back of everything that ENCE has accomplished up to the point where Alexi B left has now been created into a void. The upside down is almost where ENCE have been throwing. And it's not been an easy go at it for him, has it?
Nah, it's been looking rough, Halvor, and as said, we don't really know what ENCE is going to turn up today. If it's the first version of ENCE that was playing a super, super good game against Navi, then I'm all aboard. But if it was the ENCE we saw yesterday, I think NiP have a realistic chance of taking their first victory, maybe even a 2-0.
Yeah, no, I haven't been, impressed by any means by what NiP has been able to deliver so far. Again, their changes, obviously looking into, long-term prospects and how that's going to pan out, you know, over more than 6 months. So I guess it's still kind of early to really put this down as a I guess a missed opportunity with taking Liquor out of the lineup. But I think it's a bit of a red light to see what, you know, Jacob mentioned this during the break, the fact that for 3 of the first maps that NiP played in this group stage, they only picked up 18 rounds. That's not competitive, regardless if you've made a lineup change or not. And that has me a little bit worried. So for this one, I would be extremely surprised to see NiP taking it to 2-0. And I actually think I'd hold ENCE as slight favorites in this matchup.
But, I mean, we've just got to ask the question, or rather, I've got to ask the question to you two and let you two dig your own hole with this one. When you look at NiP, when you look at ENCE, they have something in common. It is that they got rid of somebody on their team. Now, who did it better or who did it worse? We're going to start with you, Halvor.
I'll be honest, short term, I think ENCE is going to get the better out of this deal. It's a pretty monumentous change for NiP to swap out their in-game leader. Obviously now, seeing how it's online and everything, Threat can be more hands-on in how he's leading the team and everything. And again, as we alluded to, this is going to be a long-term thing for NiP, where they look to mold Hampus into becoming a full-time in-game leader who's kind of molded for that role more so than Lekra was. But as it stands right now, I think ENCE are more likely to come better out of it.
I'd agree. I mean, short-term, ENCE is by far the strongest one coming out of this one. I think long-term, NiP have done a good roster move out here. It did worry me a little bit yesterday that Plopsky was so affected by the fact that it removed the in-game leader. You'd think to yourself that Lekra, the way he was in-game leading in NiP, was heavily inspired by Threat, the coach, and how he wanted to run the team. So coach is still the same, the 4 other players around him still the same. So to me, it's like changing the in-game leader is a big thing, but the fact that he's so, you know, uncomfortable in this new setup with Hampus already a few days into it makes me think that it has to be long-term for NiP, because right now, as Halvor said, they're not looking good. They've only played, they played 4 maps in this tournament so far, and only one of them have been competitive, and it took 38 frags from Nork even to make it competitive.
And, I would love to talk a little bit more about that long-term and sort of the timing of things and rosters. We actually talked to Sergey yesterday about, a 3-month process, something along those lines. Before we do that, though, I think it's only fair that we hear from the side.
Going in against the ENCE, I feel like we have a pretty even skill. I feel like we're a bit ahead of the team play though, since they just added Yampy, and they haven't been able to practice as much, I would say.
To a position where Ariel has to step up massively, and he will answer the call. It's a 1-on-2 now for Nock. At this point, flanking around over towards that player on steps, looking for the 1v1, which will work out successfully. He has to try and retrieve this bomb, and up against the USB at long range, it's hard.
We've gone through both demos against ENCE. I think they're a really strong team. They have a really strong double up setup, so that's going to be something new for us.
We're a strong online team that we're on LAN. We're just as hyped and just as calm, and we're just playing as we should.
Playing as we should. Now, let's go ahead and revisit something from yesterday. Sergey says to me, and actually all of us, as in an interview, he says, you know what, I'm going to keep doing the same thing, and eventually something different will happen as an outcome, as a result. Now, I don't necessarily know that that is the case. Actually, I don't know that that's ever been the case in the history of humanity. However, it might just be for this ENCE squad. If we look at the NiP squad, things, well, they're not as easy either. And, I guess a little further more than that, now that we find ourselves online, I'm really curious about this window of opportunity that is 3 months, that is 6 months, that is 1 year of giving a time for a team to gel and mesh together. This sort of it irks me to no end. It really does. And I don't know about you two, but I need.
Yeah, you know what, Trace? I follow your line of thought here, but every team is different. I'd say that NiP, a team that is changing their in-game leader, give them a little more time than you'd give a team like FaZe Clan, for an example, who brings in a new guy just to start out one role. I think changing your in-game leader makes this scenario a little bit different. That being said, though, in this instance, right, you're changing an in-game leader. Coming in is Hampus and Lekra goes out. You're not changing a Glaive from Astralis, who's the best in-game leader in the world. You're changing a guy who was never supposed to be an in-game leader with a guy that is supposed to be an in-game leader. So maybe that 3-month period we normally want to give a team like that only goes down to 2 or 3. I don't know, man. It really. I agree with what you're saying. It's tough to quantify each team the same. I feel NiP though, they should be performing relatively soon.
And I can understand that completely, what you're saying. Every team and every situation is different, moreover. And I guess when I think about it, I'm looking at this and they're asking for more time. Teams want more time to prepare and hone in on their craft. But then obviously on the other side of it, each month is another paycheck, right? So, really at that point, it's kind of a laughing matter. Either way, no laughing matter as we get into the map vetoes. And I'll get off my rant box. We'll start talking about what maps we're going to be looking at here. I think that's only fair, Halvor.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, and for NiP, I mean, they already go into this veto with a little bit of a leg up in the sense that they don't play Dust 2. That's been their perma veto, and I'm assuming it's going to be the same scenario going into this matchup as well, which has been actually one of the stronger maps from ENCE's side. So a little bit of a leeway there, or a little treat for themselves. And the fact that going into Train, that's also a comfortable map for this NiP squad, I think they can be pretty happy with how this has panned out so far. Inferno as their own map pick, maybe not something I would have expected just out of the gates, but there we have it. Again, NiP are trying different things out.
Yeah, I guess I like this veto, but I agree with you when you're saying Inferno, maybe not the map you want to be your own map pick. I think Inferno is becoming a map like Dust 2. Everyone plays it to a relatively high level, and Inferno, you don't want Inferno to be your own map pick, right? You want it to be Mirage, you want it to be Train, Overpass, Nuke, one of those maps that is a little bit more complex to master, I feel. Inferno is a map that everyone plays to a high level, so if that is your go-to map pick, you're already evening out the battleground before the game even begins. So if I'm ENCE here, having Train as my own map pick, going into Inferno, which is a map they play fairly well as well, I think ENCE should be super happy with this veto. I mean, Mirage is a good third map.
Yeah, Mirage being a good deciding ground, a good proving ground. We're actually going to have to wait back and sit back and get ready for that one. Should we need to go all the way to Mirage, then we will. But we're going to be starting on Train, and what that does is prompt the Twitch chat to get involved, to get activated, to get animated even more so by voting, using everything that you can in Twitch chat. And guess what doesn't work? Hashtag easy for ENCE, not going to count. So don't worry about that one. It's going to be hashtag NiP or hashtag ENCE are going to be the votes that you can cast. We're going to go to a break. We come back. We start to dive into the first map of this series. This is DreamHack Master Spring 2020, y'all. Well, if there's one thing I know for certain, someone's going to need a hug after this game because somebody is about to get their heart broken, their feelings hurt, and moreover, devastated by the fact that they could not win this series. One best of three here between NiP and ENCE, and the maps have already been decided. Train, Inferno, Mirage. We are ready to kick this one off in the right way. And we've already asked you to participate in your own sort of way by typing in the Twitch chat, either hashtag ENCE or hashtag NiP. Now, we're going to continue to tally those votes and also look at them in just a few seconds. But moreover, I think it's just about time we start talking about the real deal here, which is what you two think in terms of who's going to win. I say you two, I'm talking about Jacob, I'm talking about Halvor. Who's going to win this series and why?
Well, I mean, for my money, I think ENCE are the team to have the better chance of coming out with a win in this one, but I do think it's going to take all three maps. Even though I'm not necessarily overjoyed by the pick of Inferno from NiP's side, I still think they have a pretty good chance of beating ENCE on that map. So I think it's going to take Mirage as well to actually decide a winner for this one.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I have a feeling that NiP is going to turn up in a better shape today. I think the last map yesterday against Vitality, against Na'Vi was a good looking. The problem for me is it took Norg to have 38 frags. It took Rest to have a good game for the first time in forever, and it took Twist to have a really, really bad game for them to lose a game they should have won on Nuke. So let's say the Rest is not playing well today. I don't think there's a chance NiP is going to win. So it takes the entirety of NiP to come together if they want to win, and I'm having a hard time justifying that. That being said, though, I have a little feeling inside my body that, as Halvor said, we're going to 3, and it's going to be a highly competitive game as well.
So, just for clarification, you've chosen ENCE.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
The production got it. They're smarter than you, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, I pressed the wrong button last time. I guess it was my fault. Now, before I go on this little rant and I tell you that this is a battle between two teams that seemingly have found themselves on crutches. They sort of broken legs. They're trying to fight it out. It's not going to be easy for either of these teams, but I do have a good feeling that it's going to take all three maps to figure this one out. I still think, though, that ENCE might edge out NiP considering all of the circumstances around the NiP lineup and sort of the challenges that they're facing. The challenges that they're facing right here in the beginning stages of what is a new face for this team. So yeah, I'm gonna have to side with ENCE. They also sent me a jersey once with my name on it, so obviously that enough was alone.
They bought you. They bought
Yeah,
you.
they bought you straight up.
Yeah, they did. And also NiP sent me some stuff too, but it's at home in Florida, so I can't really get it. Anyway, let's see what Twitch chat thought, because they're never wrong. Now are they?
They're always wrong, Twitch. They're never right. This time around, though, okay, I bow. I take a bow. Twitch chat actually looking kind of decent right here, 72-28. I think me and Helvo are spot on. Honestly, I have to give ourselves a compliment here. I think it's gonna be a close
good
game.
job yourself.
I mean, good job, Jacob. But ENCE is not going to win convincingly. I don't think so. I don't think they have the consistency. They don't have the players. They don't have the playbook. They don't have anything that tells me that they can win a game consistently against NiP. We did see NiP yesterday show up, so it's going to be much closer than Twitch chat is thinking. But the majority out there, I think they're right.
Yeah, and you know what? When Twitch chat's right, when Twitch chat riots, we all riot, especially right now when we have to get this game underway. And to do so, I think it's only appropriate that we really give it the justice it deserves. And for this ride, it's going to be Harry and Hugo that I bring in. Thank you so much to Jacob and Halvor. I think that you guys have done a fantastic job in setting the scene. However, painting the picture as it is a man in a ball cap and his friend in a DreamHack shirt. Now, first and foremost, gentlemen, not did you have a good night's sleep, but did you stay awake all night in anticipation for this game?
Yeah, man, and that's why I'm wearing the hat, because that way, right, like the bag's under my eyes, I could just kind of pull it down to around about here, and then you wouldn't even know that I've slept fine all of a sudden. I can't wait, Hugo.
Yeah, personally, Trace, I've gotten so good at doing my own makeup here at DreamHack that you can't tell that I'm tired. I hope, at least.
You're looking a little pasty, though. I'm not going to lie. Maybe we go back through those makeup tutorials. I'll relink you that one on YouTube. Don't worry about it. Either way, guys, let's get into this matchup. Who do you have? Let's talk about your predictions, or better yet, I'll leave you with that.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, Trace. Obviously, I'm cosplaying everyone's favorite Watch Dogs DLC, and I can't wait to get into this game, Hugo. ENCE versus NiP. I don't know how you're eyeing this one up. I don't know who you're leaning in favor of.
I mean,
are you agreeing with the desk in ENCE, or are you looking towards the Swedes in NiP? I want to know.
NiP, man, they're 0-2 right now, and in those two games, they went 0-2. They haven't impressed me, Harry. I've got to say it. Like, I was loving Letcro in this roster. We casted, this old NiP for 2 months, and they looked really, really good. They're on the rise. They make this change, obviously, with the long term in mind with the change, but the short term, well, that's just not really, the results aren't there. And so I think it's very hard to balance in the favor of NiP when they're taking on ENCE, who have Yampy in the roster, who's looking like an explosive player, and we've already seen ENCE take down Na'Vi yesterday. So I'm leaning in the way of the Finns. What about yourself?
I don't know, man. These Swedes, there's just something about them.
Sitting on the fence as usual.
Something about these NiP boys. With that said, Yampy has looked absolutely incredible. Yeah. And I think him single-handedly almost gets me believing in this ENCE squad.
Well, a good map to do it, Harry, would be Train. It would be the pick of ENCE. So double AWP potential, especially in that second half. Maybe not so much on the T side, but Yampy, he's full of grenades as well. He's full of ideas. He's going to throw some over towards the connector from the T sport. That's a deep smoke landing in the B side of things. Now, NiP triple Ivy setup. They're not going to rotate off the back of that one smoke, but maybe they should be reconsidering that, because ENCE, they're surrounding the B halls. Sunny's got a nice little deep Molotov here, and ENCE are going to go committing into this B bomb site.
Aaron Ali trying to tap down this player at the back of connector. Hampus going to reposition. Now, doesn't feel like we've seen Hampus at 100% yet, which, understandable. He's pretty much brand new in the roster. I want to see a bit more from him in these games. And in this round, he already gets dinked on up. But not the best start for him in the pistol, as he's kind of now relying on the rest of the team to help him close the gap. But Nork, tell you what, he had a phenomenal game yesterday, and he's been looking so damn good. So he picks up a double there. Klopsky coming in with a little bit more. And now just Sergey left. He gets shut down.
It can be so hard to play those B post plants on this map as well. And that's ENCE giving a great example as to why we see so many teams get aggressive when they get the bomb down. They get trapped, right? We have a player in halls. We have 3 on the site. 2 of them are behind Grey Train. And NiP are just able to push from all these different levels of height, left and right, and just basically pinch the ENCE players in the site. So, typically if you're going to get in a situation like that, if you're ENCE, you want to get aggressive. But with Glocks versus USPs, that's the reason they stay passive. They were hoping to run crossfires, and NiP, well, they will run one a little better. Pistol round going their way. And at least the bomb plant for ENCE will provide some sustenance in this second round, some Deagles, a bit of Kevlar as well. And just a little drop down the ladder for Sergey. He won't commit. going to head back towards B here. Double setup for NiP, but they've just peeled off. Hampus has lost that information. If he rechecks, he might get one dig, but yeah, the timing eluding him right now. Sunny trying to put pressure on that A site on his own right now, and a quick dig from him. He knows Rez is in the pop dog as well. That was spotted earlier on, so Sunny has deep map control, and all that's going to do is peel NiP away from that B bomb site where there's still a player lurking out upper. The kills, though, coming through, and the push aggressively from Hampus. He gets traded, not even traded, doesn't get away with a kill, and this is all over the place. ENCE deceiving NiP, but Nork will come right back towards B and beat the bomb to it, finding Aerial as this package comes down the ramp. Ooh,
nice little dig from your boy Sergey. Now puts this into a 2v2, and this Deagle is lost in for blood. He already had the metallic taste, but, well, didn't go his way, did it? Rez with like 4 bullets from an MP9 mops that round up. And the defuse gonna come on in. Twist is celebrating a hell of a lot for a second round on the board, but there it is.
Take what you can get, Harry. They have yet to win a map here in DreamHack Masters Spring 2020, so NiP have had quite the rough tumble.
Something I will say, right, I think a very exciting prospect within this NiP team is if you can have both Nork and Plopsky showing up at like they're, you know, like playing at like 100% in the server.
Like yesterday Nork.
Yeah, yesterday Nork, and then like a few weeks ago Plopsky. Just imagine how good like NiP could be.
And that's the thing, no one's doubting the individual talent. Like we know Sweden has so many sick players, and well, you're looking at 5 of them right now, but it's about, you know, the pieces of the puzzle, and Counter-Strike, as we know, is more than just hitting your shots, and well, sometimes, Harry, is playing your own game as well. That is a key part of it. And what happens, he needs
Hang on, mate, sorry. What was the second one? So it's hitting your shot?
And playing your own game.
Playing your own game.
So that's what happens needs to help these guys do.
Okay,
Look at this flash.
He's playing his own game here, and he's hitting his shot, but he's got to hit a bit more. Oh, no. It's all falling apart for him there, but he does still get this 2-for-1 trade, and that is a huge advantage now for NiP.
He also
considering this is the buy round for ENCE.
He also spots the bomb. Sorry, I feel like cutting you off, Harry.
No,
take it back, man.
It's fine, man. You know, we've known each other a couple of months now. And
quiet.
Twist looking down into the pop dog, and he's going to try and silence Sunny, and he will send him away. Now this AWP on Alu has looked pretty sick with the AWP again lately. He's really been popping off. Now we're going to see him moving back to rejoin the rest of the team here outside of B. Rez has already preemptively rotated round, and Hampus is holding close in the site with this MP9. So let's see if this pans out for ENCE. These low HP players, or the low HP player, Singular, gets burnt out by the Molotov, and Hampus is wrapped around. Alu gonna land that shot at the very, very least, but a 1v3 to find and a bomb to get planted, surely. There is no way that Alu can make this one doable.
Yeah, 15 seconds as well. I've seen my fair share of Alu clutches on train, but none on the B-bomb site, unfortunately, and it's just not going to work out for him. NiP taking a nice early lead into this game. That's got to feel good on your opponent's map pick as well. I like this play from Plopsky, pushed upper and beats ENCE to the position. That Molotov is unlucko for Sunny. And yeah, Plopsky gets a great position, gets pop flashed in by Hampus and wreaks havoc there, destroying ENCE. NiP 3-0 up. It's a fast outer play for ENCE in this round. We were waiting for it, and it's finally bestowed upon us. That molly pushes Sergey into the AWP, and Nork was waiting in the wings. We talk about double AWPs, Harry. Well, it's not just ENCE who can wield those weapons, it's NiP too. Nork on the secondary AWP here, alongside Twist. These two are very explosive AWP players. It's really, really nice having a double AWP in this Swedish team. Considering for the longest time, you look at NiP, you look at current Dig, right? Old NiP. Woo, nice shot. You know, they never had that double AWP potential. So, you know, they didn't even for the longest time really have a technically an AWP, or at least not in the more traditional sense. Well, right now, these Deegs are working wonders. Yampi with another. He's found himself his weapon of choice, but one by one, NiP are biting back. They're picking apart these Ts. Alu dropped. Yampi's got to make this happen pretty much on his own, because Aerial with the CZ is not going to be good at range versus these rifles. Nork tucked, and he's hung out to dry. He's got to turn around. He does, luckily, but missing the timing to Aerial crossing sandwich. He might be able to find Yampi instead. Nice shot. Only Aerial left up. Maybe a one-on-one hit towards the Pop Dog, but Rez has caught him from T-Con after only a dink on Plopsky. This is a great lead for NiP. I love the setups. They seem to be communicating well. Everyone's knowing what gaps are open and where to hold. And even though ENCE are hitting some blinders with these pistols, it's not going to fall apart for the Swedes. Not yet, at least.
And Rez is still yet to die, so he's having quite the start to this game. This time around with another investment back in, ENCE going to try and set up over towards the A site, and nabbing that early kill from Rez in Pop Dog is going to be the thing that maybe kickstarts this play for the Finnish side. They have pop control, they've got aerial sneaking on in. Through Olof, Alu with his AWP posted up in main, going to get the better of Plopsky, and Nork holding this down with the AWP isn't given a chance at the trade. Now Twist, you sneaky man, oh
no.
Goodness, you're not sneaky at all, you missed that opportunity, and now Alu turning back around, knows that he's there. Oh, Twist is trying to run the gauntlet, and he will get away by the looks of things. In the meantime, Nork landing a nice shot onto Aerial, deals with the Olof man. However, this B site has fallen into the hands of the Finns.
Yeah, Hampus, I think, has realized, but it's all coming too late. The bomb getting planted, and look at Sergey. Look at how deep he is. Hampus needs to be ready, and even if he isn't, Nork can trade. There's the flash. Sergey avoids it, but he can't hit the spray. Jump for Hampus. That is ballsy, and I love it. Sunny and Alu stuck in the post plant with a player on upper they've yet to see. There's the spot for Sunny, but Alu getting tagged back in the halls. He's got to fall off. Sunny finding one, and he can fall back with this Molotov to play the bomb, but they've already tapped it, and he doesn't want to risk running round to upper. He doesn't know if it's a stick, and he has to take the fight. Hampus dropping him. Alu now against the stick. He's missed the shot. Alu, no, not like this. He saves it, but Twist will get the trade, and there's no time for the defuse. Alu, it may have been a whiffed opportunity, but he picks it up at the end of the day. I wonder if there was time for Twist.
I thought there was.
Yeah.
I thought there
Me
definitely
too.
was.
There was a kit. He didn't have a kit, but there
on
was
site, on the bomb, and in front of it. Actually in two places within his immediate vicinity.
You know, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I can't say for sure, and I'm going to trust Twist.
I just feel like I've seen the bomb timer ticking down so much in these last few months.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like, you know, I can mentally picture when there is an... I don't know, man.
I mean, he wasn't exactly on the side.
No,
right? So
no.
He still had
So maybe, like, yeah, maybe that's
yeah,
the worry, right?
exactly,
Like, if I run in, I missed it by a millisecond, and then
he saves the AWP, and that's the key.
Gets to hold on to that big green gun that we know and we love. Hampus going to be down here towards ramp, and he does have Nork at this side of the map with him. And going to try and hit B quickly, and Hampus only good for one at ramp. Now Nork close within the site with this AWP, no option to fall on out, and it's only the tag to Sergey. They have him trapped, and this bomb's getting planted, tempting Nork further afield and into this site. Another kill. Oh, not quite the third. Sergey does get that trade. Now trying to hold down the site. He was tagged for 50 damage with the AWP earlier on, but that bit of damage hasn't deterred him from going aggressive. Maybe it should have. Sunny left in the 1v2, taking a fight in the connector. And now just playing for this bomb. Plopsky dropping that smoke. It's actually concealed his vision. Sunny creeping on in. Oh, this is a messy little round at NiP. There's just not enough time for them. Sunny's won it on the back of playing around this smoke that Plopsky dropped. So while Plopsky will get away with the AWP, there's a second round on the board for ENCE.
Yeah, it's nice to see Sunny have some form right now, right? Like, you know, we saw him yesterday playing against Vitality rather, and he was just absent from that series, it felt. I mean, Halbor was talking on the desk, he was saying that, you know, like, think about Sunny before he joined this team, but think about Mouseboard Sunny and how good he was playing. And then he joins ENCE, and, you know, everyone's waiting, ENCE, they need more time. That's a classic line. But yeah, he just really hasn't, you know, shown what he showed us prior to joining this team. He's not stepped up to the level that we know he can achieve. In that series, he went 17 and 38, bottom of the server in a 2-0 loss. They, of course, only got 15 rounds in that best-of-3 series. So that's kind of a sad story. But Sunny, he showed up here. He's top of the board right now. He's looking good. Clutches that out on the B-bomb site. And that's what we want to see. We want to see God Sunny that we know. Quick pause here before we get back into the action. Saved AWP is all NiP can muster in this round. And ENCE are already setting a bit of a precedent towards his B-bomb site, right? Just popping down ramp round after round. Makes a lot of sense in the last one. They don't have the AWP. The utility is a miss. The best call is just to go for a quick B, smoke down the ramp, flash yourself in. We've been seeing players throw that deep con smoke from T-spawn. You could throw the same one from B halls. You could throw it from above Pop Dog. So plenty of options here for ENCE to continue to throw that fake smoke even and try and take the outer yard. Yet to see any Ivy control as well for ENCE. There's loads left in their back pocket that they haven't exploited here. We're 7 rounds into the game, NiP are broken, and this is where ENCE can start to push the boundaries.
There's only this AWP on Plopsky to worry about. And he has a chance there to take a man down, but isn't able to find the shot. Now, hidden close, you'll see the X-ray. A man going by the name of Alu. Alu's being very, very patient. Just about hidden from this AWP on Plopsky as he goes back. Oh, the timing on that, man. Plopsky has just looked away from Alu's position. Look, Alu is now creeping into Olaf. Plopsky will get one, and there's a second. So he does catch the timing the second time around. ENCE running into this AWP, the only weapon for NiP in this round. Plopsky had to deliver a lot. With already 2 to his name, there's a chance we can see him continue on this tear. However, he's lost his teammates inside the site, fallen back into a much more passive lie down here. Bomb has been planted. He's now looking for any way back into this round. Now, maybe a kill gets given over to him by this player on the bomb train, and it will. Plopsky with 3 now. Ooh, was almost ready for Sunny. You can feel it coming, but Sunny does locate him and deals with the threat. Now, Nork, we need a hero. Could be this guy. No, but heroes don't do that. So, sadly, the best he can hope for is to hold on to the AWP. Run for the hills. Ultimately, not that bad for NiP again. This is the 3rd round in a row now that they've saved the same AWP forward. So it has literally been in play from the first time NiP had it, and it's still seeing usage today. That is inspirational.
Yeah.
Recycle, folks.
You gotta save money to make money. That's not the saying, but I'm gonna use it. Yeah, Plopsky hung around.
That's like the main argument for recycling, right?
Yeah. You know, Plopsky, if he hung around there on Ivy after he got that pick, he could have got a lot more value. Obviously, you know, he gets 3 kills in the round. He does everything he needs to, but could have stopped the bomb there. But ENCE, they only went for a solo peek. He never saw the bomb, and so he rotates off with just 1 pick. Oh, nice start from Rez. He finds Alu sat in the same position he was in the previous round, this time with the AWP, but no longer, as the quick kill from Rez will find an advantage for NiP. Nade in the pop, and Plopsky won't stop, but Sergey will make him, as it's not a flashbang. Sergey can see through that, and even though it does a little bit of damage, Sergey's ready to fight. Re-smoke on Pop Dog to deny the rush, but Sergey tries to push ahead of it. He gets punished. Aerial backing out off of that kill. ENCE want nothing to do with this. Yampy, he secured that AWP from Alu, and I can only imagine ENCE are going to go right back towards B with this play. There's only 1 man there. It's Hampus. He's at the back and not even playing inside of the site. So ENCE, they're in a world where they should be able to get a bomb plant, but the big question for NiP is, well, 2 things. 1, does Rez hear anything? If ENCE make any steps, Rez and the Pop Dog is going to know for 100% for sure, right? Because ENCE could be going Ivy. NiP don't know that. So ENCE have to be absolutely silent going here. And also, will NiP rotate another man over? It doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. Hampus plays deeper to at least put up a kill before the plant comes in. But with a re-smoke, that's really going to stall things out for ENCE. They might just have to go through it and hit upper at the same time. 30 seconds left on the clock, and Hampus waiting for the Finns. And there's that rotate. We knew it was coming.
Also, keep your eye on Rez, Mr. Number 1 on the minimap. He'll be shooting up through the Pop Dog any second now as this push comes on in. Hampus and Nork have got to try hold the line at B. Well, they're doing a pretty damn stellar job of it. Yampy, he's going to try and hold on to this sword. Sneaky little devil called Rez in the back line, and he will take it away. So that round falls apart for the ENCE side. No money left in these bank accounts either. It's just going to have to be an eco here. Round number 9 with NiP having a chance to put another up on the board. Flash on Sunny. Where's this going? Gonna be a B play with a flashbang to get them in. And to be fair, it's only Hampus here. So all in all, maybe they can overwhelm him, and maybe they can at least get a bomb plant out of this round. If you do that on a full Glock round, or what is essentially a full Glock round, you got 2 Deagles in play, then you're pretty happy with it on the ENCE side. They are going to head out upper. And with no smoke and just this flash, this AWP of Nork could definitely stand to do some damage. He actually collateral legs players coming out, but yeah, it's just the mow down. And I feel like Nork, man, I sometimes feel bad for him because I feel like he always finds a way to like do maximum damage but not get the kill. Like the amount of times I've seen him get like these collateral leg shots where he'll just tag 2 players for 80 but kill neither of them is unreal.
He'll take the damage though, right? Certainly sets up the rifles better. And you know, this is... Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say something that I find hilarious, by the way, is like Nork, right? Secondary AWP, he's like donning this AWP, he's looking real good. Sorry, he's donning it over Twist a lot of the time, but now that they brought out 2 of them, he's 12-4. Twist is 2-3. He just hasn't really seen anyone this whole game. Like,
been on save patrol.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see what Twist can bring to the table once he feels like he's actually getting to take fights. That little flash combo into Pop is great. And it allows Yampi to secure control. For Plopsky as well, he's in a bit of a rough spot.
Wait, stop. Everyone hold. No one say a word. There's a Krieg in the server.
Wow.
Now these Harry, these were uncovered by the bones of the Krieg were uncovered by paleontologists back in Rome in 1954. These are million-year-old weapons used by indigenous tribes back in, I don't even know, before humanity existed. So we're going to see if this old weapon can provide anything. It's a quick tag. Sergey gets legged. Ariel and Yampi dropped as they enter the B bomb site, and that Krieg, oh dear, it's like using spears. It's like using sticks against weapons. It's not going to work wonders. Sunny on his own in a 1-on-4, and it's all falling apart. Dear, oh dear. And they may have gone on some excavation. They may have figured out some archaeology, but frankly, maybe they should stick to their guns. You have your head in your hands, Harry.
Whew.
Oh dear. That's the first Krieg I've seen since
Yeah.
So I just, I was a little bit excited.
I can tell you haven't seen many.
Oh dear.
My favorite part is that it was excavated from Rome, and like I think that's what you said, and then used by tribes. And I'm like, yeah, man.
Harry, we ain't talking about 1600s. We're talking millions of years ago.
Okay, yeah. No, I get it.
The
area that like was Rome, but obviously the dinosaurs.
I was on the fly, Harry. I said a lot of words.
It was like called something else.
Well, what we call Rome now, I guess. Either way. Hopefully we won't see any more of those dinosaur bones moving forward.
I think we could.
There was a map for it.
Sergey's done it once. He might do it again.
I'm watching you, Sergey. I am watching you. BDI's on my side. 7-3 for NiP. They are holding a considerable lead right now. CT side of map, of course. Hey, we know Finns love comebacks on Train. Harvu, the Finnish esports organization, hailing from Finland, they put out a great tweet recently. I recommend everyone go watch it. It was about how many times they go down like 13-2 on this map and pull CT comebacks. Like, it's actually ridiculous. They've done it like 6 or 7 times. So yeah, definitely a viable option here for ENCE. Even if they get reamed out in this first half, they can certainly pull things back. But right now, they're not looking too good. Walking through smokes into rifles. Plopsky's waiting. Ariel might push off at the noise, and well, he'll come to regret it. Plopsky finds a second on 1-by-1. ENCE are getting picked apart in this round. Sunny and Sergey left up, but not for long.
Wow, ENCE's map pick not really off to the storming start they hoped for. No more Kriegs getting brought on up.
Phew.
Approaching the latter stages of this first half, and it's kind of scary. Outside of that little streak that ENCE were able to go on, they really haven't fielded much in these last few rounds. It's very, very one-sided. This double AWP has just been annihilating ENCE. Hampus is even feeling very confident. He's gone aggressive into these upper halls, and he's looking to take a bite out of this ENCE squad. Now, Ariel doesn't want to give him a warm reception over here outside of the Pop Dog.
That's a great play on words, Harry. Just gonna draw more attention. I know you don't want it, but
I always think like the best thing when you make a joke is to like let everyone know that you've made a joke shortly thereafter, right?
Haha, did you laugh, guys?
See, the reason why that's funny is his name is Ariel, and like you'd put like an aerial on the side of your house to get signal.
Quit while you're behind, Harry.
Yeah, let's see, man.
Smoke in the pop dog. Plopsky can re-enter at any point. If anything, you know, holding those smokes is favorable to you, but not when grenades follow them. And ENCE, well, they've got grenades following them. And Plopsky, well, he'll take a bit of a beating, but will relatively... Oh dear, okay, forget everything I said. Double nade for ENCE. And they cycle them as well. They don't throw them together. They throw them one after the other. Plopsky thinks he's safe. He re-enters. And while Plopsky is not safe, he's going to get aggressive, though, with 20 health. This is a big risk. Rez fighting Pop instead. He takes that kill to Aerial. Yampi's still in T-Con, so got to be careful about that one. Hampus locking down B with the AWP covering as well. Nork's already dropped Sunny, and that's going to send ENCE back. Yampi backs up to drop Plopsky, getting aggressive. Maybe too much for his own good, but at this point, NiP just wanted the information because 10 seconds left. They know ENCE aren't committing, and this is a rough round. If ENCE is saving with 3, and it was 4 guns until a minute ago, yeah, I mean, oof.
That is a really ugly round because essentially you like built that round up to try and do your game plan, right? Like you're looking to take Pop, you're looking to go made, and then it just takes so long, and the results is so dire on the back of, you know, like trying to get this map control that you just go, yeah, we'll save. Actually, we'll just do it again in the next round. So yeah, they've hit the do-over button. However, it does come with its repercussions, and that is that for Sunny and Aerial, they don't really have anything. And also into the next round, Aluin, Yampi, and Sergey, they also don't have anything. If they lose this, that is. So...
Lost bonus is available on the bare minimum. So if ENCE get a bomb plant, everything's fine.
Okay.
They don't get a bomb plant, everything is not fine.
Yeah, that's very much what they're hinging on. And their history with getting this bomb down isn't exactly great. Sergey looking to grab some Pop control.
In fact, the only 3 rounds ENCE have won in this game have all been bomb explosions on that B bomb site. So worth keeping that in mind. If ENCE want to actually have a rifle round following, they probably should just go B here. At least if history, you know, tells the truth, and usually those who don't study it are doomed to repeat it.
I do think, though, the problem with that is the way that Hampus has been playing it here and who he's been doubling up in the site with has kind of been changing as this game has gone on. And I think there's a good reason why ENCE have been steering away from B. Because it feels like NiP have kind of found a bit of a solution there. We've even seen them getting aggressive. We've seen them looking more confident at this side of the map for the NiP side. So it's back towards A for ENCE. As we've said, they're very much hinging on a bomb plant. Be able to buy anyway, but it's going to be lacking. And that's the problem. Twist. Finding the man down in Ivy. Players getting out from Olaf, and they're closing the distance. Another missed shot from Twist. Not the 3rd time around, however. And Alu. Oh, knife out. Oh, there it is. Take him down, Alu. That's a nice bit of BM from this man. 9 seconds, looking to do any more damage if he can. And Alu is... Oh, he's just gotten away. He's just gotten away, but they're hounding him down. Alu, pinned in the corner. He's still going. And he lives to fight another day. What a warrior. Alu.
Look at him.
Yeah. He knows he shouldn't have got away with that. He gets the knife kill. He just goes like full-on Viking, charges in.
Twist tries. Twist tries
to knife back, man. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Respect.
And then Alu just runs away.
Oh no, Twist is not happy, Harry.
Twist has bought out the auto. He's like, Alu, mate, yeah, all right, you've knifed me.
Harry, this is an important game. This is for the elimination. This is for going through groups right now. NiP, they may be down 0-2 inside of this group, but if they beat ENCE, who are 1-1, that would put them at the same score. That would come down, I imagine, to head-to-head and would lead NiP through in this group. And boy, are they showing up. Things look great. At least for the Ninjas. Not so much for ENCE. A slow start on their map pick. They need 5. They need a bare minimum because right now this is the T side of their map pick. They're showing us nothing. They are saving. It's been a few minutes since we had an ENCE round, and they're going to try and find one fast, going with flashes towards the A side. No one committing though.
Let's just remember that Twist is really upset after that night.
Yeah.
Like he's bought out the auto sniper, and look where he's sitting, by the way. Like if you want to know, right, if you want to know whether or not someone is just disgusting, they'll play a position like this with the auto. Twist sitting at the back of Ivy. Spam. Oh, goodness. The nades, the spray. Alu and Sergey are both already almost out of this round. And not to mention, this auto sniper hasn't fired a bullet yet. So if you're ENCE, you don't even know it exists in the map. There's a push from Yampi, but he's only going to get 1. Plopsky will get caught looking the wrong way. But guess who's here? Twist and his auto sniper. There is Sunny closing the gap, and at close range, I might even favor Sunny in this one, despite being up against the auto. That said, the smoke down, and Twist just spamming a few shots through it every now and again. It's a scary place to be in the world right now for ENCE.
Twist has a spot to avenge himself, right? To kill Alu. That's exactly what he's watching for. But this smoke, oh, it fades and Sunny's dead. Alu's above blue, so Twist is watching that same line of sight, and that's all that stands in this round.
Twist is
Alu.
excited. He's
like, guys, no one kill him. This is mine, and there it is. Vengeance, it tastes sweet.
Knife kill didn't feel so worth it now, huh? Auto's out for the boys. Twist putting down 3 in this round.
Oh dear. He didn't move, by the way. All 3 of those kills, he's just sitting in the same spot. He's a turret, Harry. He's a sentry, and he's actually going to drop it, which I'm personally against. But I understand why he would, he would not want to run it back-to-back rounds. I love it in the last round of the half for any side because you will know the opponents can't pick it up and use it against you moving forward. So yeah, Twist, he doesn't want to be predictable. He knows ENCE might go faster, and so he pulls out the AWP. And ENCE, well, they've gone faster, so he's going to need this AWP. Hampers trading onto Aerial inside of this A-bomb site. He's swapped back with Nork. Yeah, that bomb's running B, and NiP have no idea, but there is one man here, Nork, with a single kill. That's more than you can ask for, considering the fact he was mid-rotation. But Sunny's gotten very deep. This is something ENCE have struggled to do in these post-plants.
I love this from Sunny. He's hiding in this smoke. The smoke that NiP threw onto the Molotov to get out through connector. He's just hidden in it. And has now snuck through to the other side. Alu is even alongside him, and they do deal with Plopsky. It's actually Sergey with him, rather, but Twist is in the site. There's no one in position to actually keep an eye on this. Twist, if he sticks it, he wins this round.
No.
They can't get close enough in time, surely. Oh, up on top of the train, Sergey flies on up, and actually with a bit of parkour, he does get there in time. It's 4 on the board for ENCE, 11 for NiP, and this game, it's been madness. You don't want to miss it. Join us for the second half of play in just a moment.
Wasn't looking for love tonight. Wasn't looking for love tonight. Wasn't looking for love. Wasn't, yeah. I mean, wasn't looking for love. Wasn't, yeah. We don't understand. We deal with the answers when we don't have a plan. Nobody gave me a lesson in love. Every day searching cause we never had enough. I was lost until I saw your face tonight. Standing on the outside, drawn into your paradise. Wasn't looking for
Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your Finns, because ENCE, they need your support. 4 rounds on the T side of their map pick, and NiP, well, they're bringing the heat here in this series. Inferno's our second, and it might be approaching sooner than we expect if NiP can keep a streak here coming into the second half. ENCE is certainly looking for a pistol round as Sunny buys the kit smoke for that B retake, and ENCE go 4 men with the armor. We got Sergey solo B, and NiP hiding in T-Con.
And a double pop dog push here from ENCE. Now, this is a little bait and switch that teams try and run. The first guy peeks, you get the info that Yampy is here. Now, Alu's going to keep holding the ladder. And essentially, oh, wait, they both try and exit. They both try and get out. Oh, dear, they could get found in the open. The molly just went in, so they're probably pretty happy that they made that decision to get out of there. And Alu will deliver in the pistol. The double pop dog pros of Alu and Yampy. They've left it in a 1v4 for a man named Nork. Now, he's shooting at the feet and then finds the head. 1v3 with a Glock in his pocket. He's trying to rock it. Does get spotted, even tagging down Sunny a little bit further. Nork isn't the kind of guy you want to go give fights to. He's a bit of a brawler. Maybe a bit of a baller as well. Closing the gap, trying to get into this site, and down goes Sunny. Oh dear, you do not want to poke this bear, because this bear bites back. Now 1v2, and this bomb down over towards main. Nork looking to do this. 1v2. Crossfire semi-set up between Pop and main. And thankfully, Sergey's there to regain control of the beast. So that round goes the way of ENCE.
A sigh of relief as they don't bottle the 4-on-1 to pick up the pistol. That's got to feel good for ENCE. And that rotation as well, you mentioned it. That molly was just about to land in Pop Dog. You know, if there's a world where that molly lands, and if NiP have a player above and ENCE shoot up the ladder, they're going to get wrecked. Like, either way. But they escape as the molly lands. They take the fight, and of course the USPs come out on top. We see how difficult those Glocks can be to maneuver with, even in the pistol rounds.
The one thing I will say is, like, that Molotov going into Pop, in my eyes, would, like, if ENCE was still in there, they would have probably escaped up the ladder as opposed to running out. Safe. And there was no one up at B. Like, if anything, it would have got them a lot of information that B was clear.
I think they knew at that point.
Yeah, so interesting round. Now, Sergey, he wants to impress us with these eco kills, and we'll only be impressed if you get all 5. So, yeah, nice try. 3 ain't bad, but we're going to secure the bomb plant at the very, very least.
It's a good round for NiP. On $1 of investment, and they get quite the victory, a kill and a plant. But ENCE, they're going to be coming in with everything. I wouldn't be surprised if they just upgraded here and didn't even want to run the bonus round. But then again, you're going to have confidence in your map pick. Maybe just get Sergey on an M4, 3 rifles, 2 SMGs. That's not really going to hold you back as long as you play like the SMGs off spawn and try and get one in Pop, something like that. And yeah, okay, they buy up the AWP. I like that as well. So 1 upgrade and 2 SMGs kept here for the side of ENCE. Sergey going to go inner, got an aerial, con side, and 3 back towards the Ivy, at least initially. NiP, do they want to burst quick? Yeah, looks like it. Plopsky is down the Pop instantly, and he can't see a fight. Playing off the back of this opening kill, but Alu's already showed his AWP and is watching towards Plopsky's position, so he won't be re-aggressing. I like this double setup on Ivy. Sunny's hiding in the smoke. Yampy's first contact, when he shoots, Sunny swings. That's the game plan here. And the flash coming through. Yampy might get blinded, but here's Sunny to help. Oh, dear. Won't check it. Nork goes for it. And oh, my, Nork. That is excellent. That is pristine. He's looked so good in this game. Doesn't matter what gun he has.
He's been looking just like a great pickup overall, right? Like this, I don't know, man. I'm kind of just getting used to Nork dropping like 28 kills every game. It's wild. He's been great.
And right there is why we need to give Hampus time, right? Because, like, you know, these guys have played together, and Nork, he certainly wasn't like this in his debut opening games for NiP, but as he's become more comfortable and accustomed to the roster, he's certainly coming to his own and showing what he can get away with.
Yeah, I do think it's worth bearing in mind, right? Like, this wasn't a situation where NiP were looking for like a huge short-term bolster to their team, right? It's actually planning for the long term. They're thinking ahead. And like, we're talking like, really, like, with how they're speaking about it, like, they're looking like at least like a year in advance about making this team competitive, because they're focusing on, you know, when threat is no longer allowed to communicate and having a strong IGL presence. So yeah, realistically, like, this is a real plan for the future from NiP.
Yeah. At least, you know, what Thread said in that interview the other day, all that tells me is that he had to help Lekr a lot with the calling. That's all that looks like from the outside. You know, there's only so much we can know from the information we're given, but it looks like, yeah, Lekr needed help. And of course, that's fine, right? Lekr wasn't an in-game leader. He was a fragger turned in-game leader. So, of course, you know, that's different. Right now, NiP are slaughtering, and they're on 3 kills in this round and a guaranteed win with the bomb down. Alu is saving, and, well, he's doing his best at it, but they're actually not going to hunt him. They're not going to look for the orb. Not yet, at least. They want to get the man out the sight. The jiggle peek, the bait for Rez. Oh, dear, missed shot from Alu. They're getting close. They're getting uncomfortably close. Nork dead, but there could be a trade. Even with the hops, he can't escape his fate. Plopsky finds another, and NiP up to 12. That's a nice start to their first rifle round.
And, like, you know, I think this whole Lekr thing is an interesting talking point. I think for him as an individual, I think being entrusted with the IGL role and having some time where he was the IGL and NiP presenting good results, even if it's not something he looks to keep up, I think it's definitely increased his stock as an individual, right?
I mean, Astralis tried to get him.
Yeah, and it's definitely, on top of that, I imagine, opened his eyes to a lot more that goes on in the server, right? Like having an understanding of what the IGL feels, how you can kind of assist them, what information is helpful, you know, things like that. All just kind of contributes to making him an even more well-rounded individual. So I can't wait to see what the future holds in store for Lekr.
Sure.
Now, let's focus on the NiP and the server. Sergey tries to go aggressive with Rez. He's going to come to regret that. There's only these few rifles left standing, and Yampi's going to put his to stellar use down at Ivy. He puts this in a 3-on-3, but does get traded. There's another kill from one of these M4s. This time it's Aerial ringing out down in the Pop Dog. Still holding on for this B-Rap, but being very, very low. He gets dropped, and it's all left onto Nork in a 1v3 up against a partial investment from ENCE. I mean, that's it. It was like a full buy, but they only had, you know, a couple of rifles in it.
Sergey gets hit by the flashbang getting aggressively, and that not only stops him, but makes audio. Valve put out a little patch recently, the other day, and it claims, obviously it has a bug in it, which I'm sure you've seen.
I've seen
but aside from the bug,
aside from the bug,
you know,
the bug isn't great.
Yeah,
so
the bug isn't great.
Wait,
forget beta test. Just quickly, because it's a rifle round, they've hopefully put a stop somewhat to grenades slowing you down, and you know, while they hit you physically, but it does still make noise, and so Sergey, that gives away his position. The player above B is able to hold and take him down.
Yeah, the bug that we're referencing is that sometimes the nades will hit you 15 to 16 times, do 15 damage. So, you know, like Valve, they've kind of given with one hand and they've taken with the other.
It's classic coder's life, right? You know, you
try and
one
fix
line
it, you try and make everything better, and then it's like, oh, the problem is now worse.
I mean, we fixed a small problem, but we created an even bigger one. That's a shame, but hopefully it will get sorted soon.
Sergey's got a big problem.
Looking to sort this B site, and Sergey, he's doing it with a bit of a fight. 2 kills, and the bomb dropped down the ramp. He's ready for that repeak of Rez, and well, Nork, Twist, they're abandoning this one. They say, you want the bomb, you can have it. We're going to go elsewhere. Now, it is too early in the round for NiP to guarantee a save, so they should still be focusing on taking some players out in this round. Nork is looking for that on the A side, but 2 players still hang around because despite having the bomb, they know that NiP could and should be anywhere but B, because Sergey's pushed up and cleared the ramp. So Yampi, he's going to consider things. He's going to go check out what T-Con has to offer. And if he does, the Shadow advantage should give that kill to Nork. Ooh. There it is. Twist didn't care at the minimark. He went to E-spawn, just saved, went, yeah, you know, you can hunt if you want. I'm all right. I want this AWP. It's actually, funnily enough, the same AWP from round 3 in the first half, Harry. They just kept it going all game, even in the pistol. We didn't see it, but it was there, in spawn, waiting. And that's where NiP are right now, 12-8 up, feeling pretty good. But ENCE have recovered with another rifle round their way, 2 in a row, and the money's starting to build, friends. So this is where we know they can pull a comeback, and NiP need to have their wits about them. They are not out of the woods yet.
With that save, they've full invested around it. They want to try and get the money on the same page. They're bringing quite a lot with them into this round. And Looking like they want to try and attempt this B site again. Now, Sergey, he dealt them a pretty nasty hand last round here at holding down B. This time he finds himself getting up into heaven on the ladder and holding this from the upper position. Alu, they're getting out through ramp, and he will readjust in time to find one. They deal with Sergey right away, and so this B site, the plant, will come in at a bare minimum here for NiP. They're in a bit of an awkward spot, and Alu can see the legs. Hampus does still get the bomb planted. It's a bit of damage, and that's going to help out in the long run. Sunny, quick in this round, sprinting into the site, trying to shut these players down. Hampus not normally an AWPer, and he's going to have it stripped away from him. Rez left up in the clutch, 1v2 required, and he gets shut down. ENCE, a 9th round on the board as they are closing the distance in this map. They're getting it closer.
Yeah, unfortunate for Rez there. That smoke lands on the bomb before he even, gets the chance to peek. He has a Molotov, he has it available, pretty standard position, but he hears it and he goes, oh, well, I have to take the fight. They've already tapped it. There's no way to know.
So NiP have enough money to buy here, but I want to see a partial with a hero AK, and that's what we're going to get. Plopsky donning it. He had 5k at the beginning of this round. The rest of the gang partially investing. And this is great because you can let Plopsky kind of pressure and try and get you these kills. And then any rifle that's dropped that finds its way into these armored players' hands is very, very effective. Yampi going to be donning this secondary AWP down here towards Ivy, but Rez is so fast. He just sprints in with the Tech 9. Alu with the response. The kills are going back and forth, and now Plopsky and Nork left up in this 2-on-3. Alu is re-wrapped in towards CT, and as he tries to peek to get that trade kill from Plopsky dealing with Aerial, he gets shut down by this AWP on Nork. This partial investment with a hero AK might just work for NiP. The AK is delivered in spades. Nork's gotten himself one, and it all falls onto Sergey again. B-site rotator. He spotted that the bomb is over at main, so he knows that these two fellas in Ivy have to come and retrieve that package. They're not able to trade that kill, and so Sergey now in the 1v1 deals with Plopsky as well. And while it's close for NiP, they don't get it over the line.
Great round for Sergey, but I want to talk about how NiP basically bait Yampi into his own death there. They throw that Molotov from T-Con that lands, here around the corner, as you can see. And what that does, Yampi, he spots one on Ivy, but then he sees a molly, and in his head, he thinks, oh, they're throwing that molly so they can run up Olaf as fast as they can. No one was running up Olaf. Yampi goes for the check, and that's when NiP speed up Ivy and shoot him in the back because he's looking the wrong way. That's a good way of deceiving your opponent, giving them the information that they think they have. But, well, it's all a ruse, it's all a game. And NiP, they will lose the round, meaning ENCE are up to double digits and, well, building upon that very point. Rez getting picked up, and this CT comeback that we prophesized, Harry, it is here, it is materializing. ENCE a couple of kills away from an 11th, but Plopsky, he just won't give up, man. 1 point of health, he's on his second. Twist can drop the AWP, and he has. Sergey in a 1-on-2 again, he's got to do it once more here for his side, and they don't know he's out inside the site. Oh, Twist trading, and that's a big kill coming through. Him and Plopsky finding the round and saving the AWP. That's what Twist is best known for in this series, it feels. Great round for the Ninjas, considering they were down and out almost in that round. Recovering well and dealing with that double B rotation. ENCE leaning towards the wrong site for a change. And look what that's done.
Yeah, this is the downside of all of these rounds, like getting so close.
4 in a row for ENCE, and this happens.
They've gone for the buy. The AWP's in the hands of Alu, MP9 for Sergey, but the rest of the gang are really lacking. Heavy A-site lead and
okay.
Yampi.
Cool.
All right,
I
mate.
guess.
Yeah, sure. All right. Aerial's going to try and grab the AK, but Nork is watching. There's a second man here up close in the form of Sunny. Nork, usually a man with like otherworldly game sense. Will he be ready for Sunny up close? Doesn't seem like it, especially not with Yampi drawing the attention in. As has dealt with the only man at B. So NiP, they're just going to fall into this B-side take. Now with Alu on this AWP, staring down Ivy, he hasn't seen anyone, and they hear the smokes going in towards B, so NiP being very discreet in this sense, know that it's the B play. Rez moving in through upper, and he's just timing there.
I think he saw it, I think he
get
popped
picked
it.
up by Twist, yeah. Alu and Sunny, 2-on-2 with this scavenged AK and the AWP on Alu. Are they able to get back into this retake? This is high risk, high reward. They go for it and they lose. They've got no money up against 14. Popsky left, spotted at ramp, not able to connect that spray. Sunny picks it up, and the defuse will come through for ENCE.
I love that from ENCE. They know there's so much time on the clock, they can just sit back and wait. Popsky's going to feel the need to play aggressive, and what Popsky's doing there is trying to find a timing. He's trying to predict ENCE getting onto the site and like looking upper or looking at the bomb about to tap. He's getting there, in his mind, hopefully a second or two before the tap and trying to catch a player off guard. But, you know, ENCE was just holding. They knew that, you know, the 2-on-1, that's his best bet, to get aggressive, to force a 1-on-1. And, yeah, it won't happen. Yampi with some disgusting digs, as he often does, and he's back on the AWP alongside Alu. The SG553 was developed about 1990. It's older than everyone in the game. It's more modern than the modest spear. I don't know if I could agree with these fake facts, Elliot, but you know, it's fine. You can push your propaganda here. We all know where the Krieg really came from. 13-11 right now. And to making this happen. Another round for NiP, a single round, instantly recovered by ENCE. And NiP have had 2 in this half, and that is it. And now that this double AWP is being donned by ENCE, that's just going to make matters worse. NiP, they don't have utility and they have no armor on the AWP. This has got to be a B play for NiP. They just don't have anything else to play with. It's going to be Nork trying to sell a fake down Ivy here. Sergey's pushed up a B as a double setup. ENCE, they have so many more tricks up their sleeves, setups they haven't even tried yet, and things like these will really catch NiP off guard, because even if they kill Sergey or either of these players, why would you expect 2 players in the same position? You wouldn't. And so that's only going to bode well for ENCE here. Nice shot from Nork, man, against the AWP as well. It was a double AWP on Ivy. What a sweaty setup from ENCE. Oh dear, I think both players got spotted in upper. That's a big problem. Now NiP know, but there's at least a kill coming through. Popsky hangs around. He knows there's a second player in position, and they're going to go for it as well. Popsky wide, and he does find the frag. Twist is on 2, but he's still stuck with the AWP. Aerials drop the bomb down on ramp, and they need it back. But Rez getting dropped in the air by Alu. Twist on 2 with 1, looking for a second, and he's got it. NiP, they push it over the line, 14 rounds. That is disgusting. And you can see the look on Alu's face as well. He doesn't feel good. I don't blame him. Twist, that was so quick, that was so key. And after some excellently placed shots by ENCE, they are going to lose the round. Damn.
Oh, an attack pause for NiP. They don't want this to be one of these games where they were in the lead and they get it so far in their advantage, only to have ENCE claw their way back in.
That being said, right, NiP, they get out of that round with 1 alive, so it's not like they're rich, right? You know, 2 SMGs into a rifle round. I say rifle round, and don't have a single rifle unless you count the scout. Alu, no armor behind it. Pistols and MP9s. 2 players trying to throw the same smoke, but Nork will get it down. And NiP are going to run towards B again. Why not? It's worked wonders, but so is Yampi, and he's playing close as well. Oh dear, no flash. He gets away with 1, but that is it. Rez doubles up on the opener, and with that Molotov, that's going to cut the key point of rotation out for ENCE. They have to go towards the backtracks. And I mean, I'm not holding out for this if I were ENCE.
Yeah, with these players so aggressive as well, the round is just basically undoable, and ENCE know it. They are looking like they want to try and retreat out of this one and hold this very limited arsenal into the next round. NiP, I love that, right? They call the attack pause, and in that, right, they probably take some time to just make sure everyone's on the same page, hyper-focused, and they don't change the strategy. They go just right back into B, a rinse and repeat. And that's great, because like it's very, very common on the back of these attack pauses to see teams like really change how they're going to approach the round, right? And so ENCE, they go in with like this, not even like a heavy A-lean, just the standard 3 players there, 2 players up close to B, and they get blindsided by the aggression, this decision to just come back in with another B play from the NiP side. 4 rounds difference between these 2 squads, and ENCE, they've got to begin this 4-round comeback with a very, very weak investment around these couple of saved armored players. Hampus fast out through main. He's already deep down through Olaf. He's beaten ENCE into the A bomb site almost. He is so deep, and no one even seems aware of this. No one is even considering it. Hampus, he could end this whole round on the flank, but oh, that's a little ugly. Luckily enough, someone deals with Alu. Real tries to sneak above Plopsky. Doesn't work out, and Plopsky with a double opener. This round might be drawing to a close, and with it, this map, indeed it is. NiP, they're going to get it over the line. They take ENCE's map pick away from them, and with Inferno around the corner, NiP, they're feeling very, very good about that one.
Yeah, that was a great game for NiP, right? You know, credit to ENCE for the comeback. They put a good few rounds on that CT side and make things close, but NiP, they had the solutions, they adapt, they overcome, and they pick it up. And now moving to Inferno, maybe question marks on NiP on that map, but I'm actually remaining positive, right? Not only are NiP looking good and the individuals are showing through, like Twist, Nork, etc., and even Plopsky in that map, but Inferno, that's such an easy map for an in-game leader to you know, slot into and cool. It seems pretty basic. Everyone knows what they're doing. It's akin to Dust in that sense. So I think NiP are set up very well inside of this group stage. They could still survive DreamHack Masters. We'll have to wait and see though, because ENCE, they're coming back with a vengeance in that second map. Join us after the break.